Hello there, everyone, and a very happy Wednesday. And it is our fabulous release day too. So I do hope that you're all having a great day so far and that you are excited about our fabulous anniversary release. So we did hit our 10-year anniversary this year, which we are all very, very excited for. And we hope that you are too. The very fabulous Keisha is behind the badge today, and she'll be popping in all of the links. I am not sure if this is going to Facebook though, because there was a couple of gremlins in the software again. Them gremlins, they had us yesterday and they've got us again today. So hopefully everything is looking good your end, and we are gonna quickly jump into the release. Also, if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Altenew store. So please share, please like and save if you can as well. So I am gonna pop you down so we can take a look at the release that we have for you today. So I am going to just pop you down there, and hopefully everything is good there. So the fabulous Keisha is behind the badge, and she'll be popping in links if we do need them. I do have the fabulous, oops, that's kind of taken away everything that we have on screen. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just do that and then add this one, this one as our main image, and hopefully you can click the release that we have on the side there. So I will be going through all of the things now. Okay. No. So first up, we have the very fabulous Morning Glory. This is so cute. I'm just asking Keisha a question. Okay, so let's just pop on with what we have. So again, if you are joining the stream, hello there, Mrs. Champ. I hope you are good, and I hope you enjoyed the game show that we had yesterday. If you did love the game show, please let us know your thoughts, so we may be able to do it again. So if you did love it, please let us know. Okay, so it looks like my screen is mirrored. I don't want it mirrored. No one wants this mirrored. So I have popped that down. So let's have a look at the fabulous things that we have in the release. Hey there, Vicky. I hope you're good. This is the Morning Glory. In here, we have a 4x6 stamp set. We also have the simple coloring stencil set and the die set. Because we do have the 4x6 in this one, we have the die set included in this Builder Garden. Remember, because this is a Builder Garden, you are going to get one of our fabulous blending brush tools in with this as well. Okay, so we do have, Vicky would love to play again, so I'm glad that you did enjoy it. Now, the fun thing about this one, what makes this a little bit different from maybe some of the Builder Gardens that we've had before, is not that we have this huge image and we have some fabulous sentiments. It's that we have this really cool kind of like add-on stencil. So these stencils here, 1 to 3, are going to color in this image. But then the one that we have here, number 4, it's going to create kind of like a garden fence or a garden gate. So you're going to be able to create a really beautiful background with this one. So play around with it, get some different kind of textures in there. Maybe you could use some embossing paste to create kind of a white picket fence look. I think that would look really, really cool. Hey, Samara and Mrs. Tamp, I hope that you're all good. And hey there, Vicky, as well. Next up, we have the Anemone Blue Poppy. This is fabulous. So we have 2 blooms in here as well as some really fancy leaves. So if you do like a look of a different kind of leaf on your projects, this may be one that you want to add in. You can use these and add them into different bouquets to add a little bit of difference to the foliage that you're adding. Now, the fun thing about these blooms is there are actually only 2 layers. So we have 2 different flowers, 2 layers each, but each of the layers have a number of leaves on, petals, sorry. And so this means that it's so, so easy to pop this together. All you're going to do is pop one petal cluster on top of the other petal cluster, and then you're going to add your center, and Bob's your uncle. That is a really great one if you are new to layering images. And again, you can see how big these are. They are not going to get lost on a card. Just to help you on your way, we do have the layering guide on the back. But I believe once you have popped these together with the fabulous keyhole system, we have on here, so we have the keyhole system, which you just line up the keyhole, and we also have the numbered layers in there, so you're not going to get lost on any way, shape or form on when you use this one. Okay, so you've been waiting to see how the fence works with the flowers. Okay. We'll see if we can have time to kind of give that one a go. This one is the Rustic charm. Now, this one is really, really cool. Okay, so normally when we have our fabulous project kits, they kind of coordinate with each other, right? So we have a stamp set that is the same as the embossing folder, and then the embossing folder is the same as the coloring stencil. This is a little bit different. So on here, we have some beautiful images on the stamp set. So we have this cluster of roses, we have some branches going in either way, so you don't need to think about mirror imaging them, as well as the birds, and some really great sentiments on there as well. But we also have the 3D embossing folder, which doesn't have the same image as the stamp set, but it coordinate with this fabulous fence that you can see here. So you can pop your little bird on there, you can add the flowers on there, completely up to you how you want to kind of dress this up. But it means that you're going to be able to get more kind of effects, more different looks with this. The die set is going to cut out all of the images that you have, so 3D embossing folder, and also all of the images that we have. And then that simple coloring stencil is in fact going to color in all of the images that you have on the stamp set. And then you have a couple of different clouds in here as well, and also a way to color in that embossed image. So it's really, really cool. It's going to help you along the way. What is the most fun about this one, I know this is really cool, is that we have this bird, so two birds, but on the stencil set, we have the kind of coloring layers for this. Now, you don't necessarily need to use the coloring layers that it suggests on here to create this fabulous little blue tit, I believe this is, but you can use different colors to create various different birds. So I have created a robin with this. I've also created some like tropical birds. I do not know the colors for birds, but I know that some people out there may know the colors for birds, and they may want to play around with it and create really kind of natural looking bird colors. All right, now that I've waxed lyrical about that, oh, thank you, Samara. Now that I've waxed lyrical about that, I am going to show you the fabulous little mini delight. Now, this is the one that Samara just said that she loved my card. So this is the card that I did create. With this one, I did add a few too many sequins, and it doesn't shake around as I wish it would, but I love the kind of glowing effect that we got on here. So if you did want to see how this glowing effect was created, please check out the YouTube channel, and we do have a demonstration on how to create this card over there. All right, so I'm going to pop that over to the side. And in this Light My World, we have a fabulous little die set, which has the little bulb in there. It has the bulb top, and it also has this other piece, so you can create shakers or even kind of windows and frames with that. And then instead of having something that just goes with this, we wanted to create a whole kind of different feel to the mini delights. So in here, we have the beautiful flowers that you can pop inside to create it look like a little vase, a little light bulb vase. And then we also have the sentiments that would work with the die and also the stamp set. So you can use these together separately or in conjunction with other things that you do have in your stash. So I'm going to move that over to the side. And next up, we're going to go in with the Dynamic Duo. So in this one, when you do buy the subscription, you are going to get the stamp set and also the stencil set. The die set is an add-on, but you can buy that all in one bundle on the website right now. So I'll just concentrate on this bit first and then we can go on to that one. So with our dynamic duos, we do have 2 6x6 stencils, and these ones are going to create a beautiful 3 cluster flower. You can see on here, this is exactly what this is going to create. The fun thing about this one is that we have this kind of white spaces in the images, and that means it's going to look like there's an extra layer there when there is in fact not. So they do only have 2 layers each, but because we have that look of that white in there, it kind of fools or tricks the eye a little bit to kind of make the flower up a little bit more, and also look as though there's more work gone into it than it actually did. As well as that, we do have the little leaves which are going to go with this one, and then we have the sentiment too. And just if you want to cut out the flower images, we have that on the add-on die. Oh no, I'm so sorry, it has sold out, Samara. I would recommend that you do go and sign up on the email list, and we will let you know as soon as it comes back in. So next up we have the blooming motifs. This is so cool. This one, I'm not going to say it caused a little bit of an argument, but it caused a little bit of a discussion in our product development group when this was designed, because a lot of us see lots of different things in this one. Please let us know what you see in these images. I will flip this around so you can get a different look. Now, I think that this looks like a large Venus flytrap, which was in a kind of spoof horror movie about some little pets, maybe, years ago. We can also see a lion's face, so these would be its eyes. We can see a stag down here. Someone else said they could see a dragon instead of a lion, so please let us know what you can see. As well as seeing all of those other things, this does create a really beautiful background, so you can really jazz this up with some really bright colors using the simple coloring stencil set. Or you could go for a more toned down look, and it gives it a more kind of classy, regal wallpaper design there. So really play around with this one to create some lovely looks. And I think that you can see the Venus flytrap right there. So that one is the blooming motifs. I'm sure people are going to have so much fun with that one. Also, you can cut out some of these elements and then rearrange them how you want them to be too. So that's completely up to you how you want to go with that. All right. So Liz is saying dragon. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can see in here, and it's so exciting to see that you guys are seeing different things as well. So this is our anniversary set. So as you can see, it is huge. This is our fabulous. Okay, so we've got 8 by 11 on here. I was trying to check that it was correct. I had 8 by 11 in my head, and it was. So with this fabulous stamp set, you get this huge image, and you can see that it is actually bigger than my hand. It's kind of, it's so amazingly large that you can do 2 cards quite easily just with this one. Then we also have some singular blooms around the top, some really cute butterflies, and some sentiments in here that will go well on the inside of the card as well as on the outside too. As well as that, we do have the Bouquet of Poppies simple coloring stencil set. Now, you can see that these are really quite large. These are larger than our normal stencils. These are in fact 7 by 7, and you get 8 of these. So you need 8 of these to color in the images that we have on the set. So that's going to help you along your way to really color this in quickly and easily, and not have to worry about grabbing out all of your coloring mediums. But that's not to say if you do want to just sit there and relax, you can definitely use all of your favorite coloring mediums with this one. Oh, Liz, yes, it is the year of the dragon. So yeah, Vicky, yeah, we are trying to go back and see which ones, some of the older ones, need stencils. If you do have an idea of which ones you would like to kind of put forward into the box, please email us at support@Altenew and do with the kind of subject line ideas for products, so we can take a look of that as well. So fabulous. Thank you Keisha, yes, we do have a fabulous class, free class using this set. So if you want any more inspiration, you can go and grab that as well. The die set is quite large, even though we don't even have this large image in here. So if we had this large image, this price point on this would be quite substantial. So what we did is we chose to kind of cut out the more wispy areas with the dies, so you can quickly and easily cut those out. This one's a lot easier to cut out because it is kind of chunky. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you love fussy cutting as much as me, you're going to so love that one. Okay, getting through these products. And I am sorry that I am waxing lyrical so much about them, but I am so excited about this release. It is fabulous. And I just want you guys to be as excited as me. Please let me know your favorites and what you would like to see a closer look at as well. So I will try and speed up. Next up, we have the Celebration Sentiments press plates. So we do have the press plate set and also the die set. So the press plates in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to get 6 of those. And you can see that we have this very fine detail, or the font on here. That is going to emboss beautifully using your press plate system. Also, I have to say, those tiny little words foil perfectly as well. So if you want to use them for foiling, press plates are really good for that too. Next up, we have embellished flora die set. This is a layering die set, which is quite large. This was actually made in conjunction with the Blooming Motifs 3D embossing folder, and this is one of the flowers that you can see on there. Who loves a background stencil? I do. I know if Sue was here, she would be like, yeah, I love a stencil for backgrounds, and this is the Floral Radiance. I was going to say fantastic floral radiance, but it is fantastic. But it is just the floral radiance. In here, we have 4 6.6 stencils, each of which have a different layer for the flowers and leaves. So you can quickly and easily create a beautiful, beautiful background with this one. I know this one is going to go quick, so I just have a feeling in my bones that that's going to be one that's going to be really popular. This is cool as well. So this is the One Go words and banners. If you have our One Go loving sentiments, this is along the same lines. So this one here is just one. Thank you, Vicky. Yeah, I know. I'm just really excited. I get so excited. And Karen, yes, it is a huge stamp. This one, on the other hand, is not so huge, but it does have 6 fabulous sentiments all on one stamp. So that means all you're going to need to do is place this onto your stamp block or stamp positioner of choice, ink that up and stamp that down once to create a plethora of sentiments. And we also have the die, which is going to cut out all of those images in one go. So that's our One Go that we have there. Next up, we have a hot foil plate. This is the Petal Harmony. You can see that we have this beautiful design of 4 petaled flowers, as well as some beautiful little dots and spots in there as well. I am sorry, Keisha, I am trying to speed up so we can get through these and at least get one project in today. So that one is the Petal Harmony. This is huge as well. So I think we've gone really big for our 10th anniversary. This is the Pink Star Tulip die set. And just look how large that is there. Again, we have the layering guide on the back of this. We also have the keyhole system on there. So that means we're going to have the die cut on the center of each of the flower layers. We're going to have the numbers embossed on there as well, so you don't even need to think which one goes next. You can just see the little embossed number. And then we also have some leaves in there as well. I'm just going to pull this in so you can see how big that flower is. Now, if you were to use this on a scrapbook or even a home decor item, this is not going to get lost. This would be so, so pretty on a lot of different things. I just think using that on a scrapbook page, you're not going to need a lot more other than the photograph and your journaling. This one has been very popular as well. So this one is the sparkled frame die. This is fabulous. So this is going to cut out this really ornate frame. And I don't know if you can see, but we have this kind of circle flat areas. And what happens with those is that you're going to grab your fabulous gem sparkles and you're just going to stick them onto those flattened out areas on the die cut, and that is going to give you perfect placement for your gem sparkles. Next up, Timeless Sentiments 2. If you love Timeless Sentiments 1, you're going to love the sequel that we have here. These are huge. These actually surprised me when I grabbed them out because I was like, oh, that's a nice die set. And I opened it up and I was like, wow, that's a beautiful die set, because I love these huge sentiments that you can use on cards, and then you don't really need to worry about much else. There is so much on here that you can kind of use. Nothing's going to get lost, and it's all going to be very readable. Imagine using that with a little bit of glitter cardstock to sparkle and add a little bit of light to someone's day. Next up, we have the Whimsical Wreath Builder. It was actually designed to go perfectly with the stamp wheel. So we have many different elements in here to create beautiful wreaths. We have double ones and also the singular. So if you want to kind of pull it down on the stamp wheel to make a larger kind of circle, you may sometimes need the singular one to fill in some of those gaps. I will just pull this one in. So this one was created with that. I did love creating this one. So I, in fact, used some pencil crayons on there, or woodless coloring pencils to kind of color those in. And it did go pretty quickly. So there is that one. Also in this one, I'm just going to pop this open. We do have kind of a layering guide on where to pop the various elements to create a perfect wreath as well. So we're just trying to show you step by step on how to do this. We don't want you to get lost in any way, shape, or form with this. And we have tried to kind of give you a good starting point with this one, as well as the stamp set. You can get the die set and also the 3D embossing folder as well. I wouldn't recommend using the stamps on the 3D embossing folder, but this is a great one to create beautiful backgrounds, and I just love how all of the elements kind of fit together. So you can kind of take inspiration from this to create your own wreaths with the stamp set. Another press plate that we have here, this is the Baroque Elegance, or Baroque. I know that a lot of people say it in different ways. I'm in the UK, so I don't even know if I'm saying it right for the UK. Hopefully I am. But we have this fabulous design here. I did, in fact, use that on my card here, but I didn't use any ink. So there are 3 ways that you can use press plates. Number 1, you can use them just as you normally would your letterpress. So you would pop this onto your letterpress system, you would ink it up, you would run it through your machine, and that would add the ink into your specialized paper. With an embossed look to it. You can also hot foil with them, but you can also letterpress to create an embossed look without using any ink. So just really play around with them, trying to stretch your supplies as much as you can. Right, we're getting towards the end. All right, everyone, hold on to your hats. Please let us know your favorites and what you'd want to see closer. So we have new enamel dots in the sugar plums and also the woodland escape colors. We have some fabulous new gem sparkles. We have the red jasper in this beautiful earthy tone here. We have the smoky quartz in a gray, warm gray tone, and we also have the deep sea sapphire and those blues. We have fabulous new tools to share with you. Now, these are our slim grip sticky mats. Now, these are going to fit perfectly in the bottom of your stamp wheel. I already have one in mine. So what it's originally used for is to use your cling stamps. So if you have cling stamps at home and you want to be able to use it with your stamp wheel, you can now use it with this. The stickiness on these slim grip sticky mats is I would say perishable. These are consumable. They will kind of grab dirt and dust and you're not able to clean these off. So you can grab a couple of these to make sure that you're ready to go if they ever get unsticky. But we have the adhesive on the back. We also have adhesive on the back. So that is going to stick into your stamp wheel. Then you can kind of take it out if you want to, but I choose to keep mine in and then pop my ultra sticky mat on the top. and that way I have my grid lines in the back as well. So these ones are great. I know that it may get a little bit less sticky with that slim grip sticky mat on there, but I do love having that guide in the back, and everything's kind of stuck in there. You're not permanently, I can get everything out, but yeah, I love having that there, and it's ready to go for stamping. Then we have some fabulous new blending brushes. Vicky, yes, Vicky and Shanna, I'm glad that you are excited about these. So these are our micro blending brushes. Now, people may be asking what's the difference between these and the other ones that we do have. We do have an informative intro video on these tools on the website. So if you just click on these tools, you can go and see that video. But quickly, the kind of a quickest one that I can give you. So this is our mini blending tool. You're all familiar with this one. You do get it with the Builder Garden, but you can see that the handles are different sizes on these, and also you can see the size difference. Now in the micro blending tools, we do have two different sizes. We have a 10 and a 7, and then you can see that we can see how big those are in with the mini blending brushes. Sorry, trying to get everything, all this information in and then not breathing. Not great. Now, the difference between our detailed and the micro is we do have a 10 and 7 in the micro. We also have a 10 and 7 in the detailed, but we also have a 5. So if you want really teeny tiny areas, you may need to still go for the detailed. The main difference is the angle of those bristles. So you can see on the detail, we have a 45-degree angle. So when you hold these, you hold them more like a pencil. But with the micro blending brushes, they have that flat top. So you're going to hold them more straight up and down. So hopefully that gives you a quick explanation, but please go and check out the video if you need any more info, and it will show you all of the blending brushes rather than just the 3 I've shown. We also have new inks. So these are transitional color inks. I do have the ink swatch somewhere. So we have the Pocket Full of Sunshine, which is the Citrus Burst, lemon, fresh lemon, maple yellow, honey drizzle. My favorite. We also have the fabulous Green Meadow, I believe this one is the Firefly, Grassfield, Shadow Creek, and Mountain Pine. And then we also have the purples, which is the Wisteria, Hydrangea, Ultraviolet, and Andromeda. Okay, I've seen a question that we have here. The slim back, do you leave the cover sheet on it when you add it into the stamp wheel? No, I don't. I mean, you could, I think, but it may kind of, I think that the two stickinesses together, rather than having that thin kind of piece of plastic that may lift, I think having the two stickinesses together is the way I'm going to go with mine. I mean, you can try it and it may, you know, kind of give a little bit more longevity to the slim grip sticky mat, but I'm going to go without, and we'll see how long this lasts. Hopefully, I can give you an update next time. Okay. All right. Hopefully that answered your question. Please let me know if it didn't, and I can get back onto it. Please let me know what you want to see. Hi, Sue. Yeah, we're trying to go live on release day. So if there is a release, I'm trying to go live on that day. I know we're normally a Monday and a Thursday, but I think we've thrown everyone off because we went live yesterday with the game show, and then we have today. Okay. Thank you, Keisha. So if you did want all 3 ink families that we have here, so that's the yellows, the greens, and the purples, the amazing Keisha has popped in the link on the comment section so you can go and grab yours. Okie dokie. Right. I am going to show you just how large that image is from the beautiful bouquet of poppies. So this is the large one that we have on the stamp set here. You can see just how beautiful that is. It's stamped perfectly on here. What I did do though is, because I couldn't fit it perfectly in my stamp wheel on this orientation of paper, so what I did is I used my large grid mat, my large sticky mat, sorry, and I use the wheel off my stamp wheel just as a regular stamping tool. So if you have large stamps like this and you don't have a kind of block that's big enough, you can always use the top of the stamp wheel just by itself. So, oops, grabbing it. But yeah, you can just use this as a huge stamping block. So this is a great thing to have handy if you have some really large stamps as well. Okay. Okay, Pink Star Tulip. Okay. Okay, right. Pink Star Tulip is what people want to see. All right. So this is it. Hopefully we have time to pop it all together. I will grab some paper. I have some hiccups again. I couldn't get rid of them yesterday, and now, yeah, they're back. I'm just going to grab out the flower shapes rather than the leaves, and we can just go in with those, and we can use the fabulous new mini blending tools. All right. Oh yes, Sue, yes, it does have the same feel as that one. So pretty. I love how large it is. It means that, because this is two A2 cards cut in half. So if you wanted to create a wraparound card where you have design on the front and back, you could definitely do that with that one. Sorry, I got distracted. And we know that that happens quite often. I get asked a question, I'm like, yeah, let's try that. So I'm going to just add on all of these images. What I love about this, as well as that keyhole system, is that it's not just going to cut out the image, it's also going to emboss these fabulous lines that you can see in here, and also those numbers. So it's going to be so easy to pop together. Okay, so I have all of my flower pieces placed. Yeah, alliteration for today. Okay. And we're just going to run that through my die cutting machine. If you are using, the Platinum 6, I'm just doing this on the normal sandwich to run that through, and that is going to give you that embossed detail as well. Thank you everyone for popping in and for liking and sharing. We do hope that you're enjoying our 10-year anniversary celebrations so far. For those of you that you did join us in the live game show yesterday, thank you so much for making it such a huge hit. We are so excited that everyone was so excited about that one. So I'm going to run that through, pop that down. All right, so I'm going to grab my mat. Now, I have an extra mat just to have another one, because I use this mat all of the time. I use it for inking my little die cuts that we're going to do now. This I find is one of the best, my favorite or best ways to use them, because it just keeps everything in where I popped it. All right, so boop. I'm just using a little pin. You can use your tweezers. I don't know what it is, but I've just got that used to using a hat pin for most things that I just grab that rather than the tweezers, when the tweezers would, in fact, be the better tool to grab. But it's like when you get used to using a really cheap pencil and then you get a really nice, high quality pencil, and you always go back to that cheap one. It's because you got used to using it. All right. Oh, Vicky, yeah, that large stamp set will make it so easy to make larger size cards. You could make like 6x6 cards quite easily, even 7x7, and may I say it, 8x8. If you had like the top part and the bottom part, you could definitely do that as well. All right. I know I should have kept my bigger sticky mat out, but you're all gonna think I'm a little bit weird. But my new big one is so clean. I've literally been using it to hold down larger like pieces of paper to stamp and trying not to go over the edge. I know. I should definitely try to get out of that because in the end, I am gonna stain it and it's still gonna work in exactly the same way. But at the minute, it just looks so pretty. So I'm going back. That's why I've got my little one. I know. All right. Yeah, and I could definitely add the other one over here just for holding the inks down as well. So I'm going to go in with Wisteria. Okay. And it's great for sticking your inks down too. So if you wanted to be able to kind of close and open these with one hand, just having that on the sticky mat, even just that tiny bit, it's going to work perfectly. Right. Wisteria. I'm going to use a mini blending tool first. These tools are so good at blending because it's just done so quickly. It's kind of the combination between the really great kind of bristles that we have in here and also the new formula that we have in the fresh ink. So this does have a higher viscosity. So that means it's a little bit thicker than our crisp ink. So you do get that little bit of extra blending time with it. It doesn't tend to kind of grab onto the cardstock quite as much to start with. So if you do want to try the fresh inks just for blending, maybe that's how you want to give them a go. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So I've been chatting, but I've nearly got through adding this kind of first color to those images. So I am trying to add it to the center or the base of where I think that it would be darkest. Now we are going to grab our micro blending brushes. I love the fact that these do have a larger handle on them as well. So I think that they're a little bit more easier to use. They're a little bit comfier maybe. This one feels like a huge pen crayon, you know, when you were a kid, and I love the fact that that's so chunky. But then with the thinner one, I find that having the longer handle makes it easier to sit in your hand. All right, then we're going to go in with the ultraviolet. Oops, I already had yellow on there. I should have used a different one. So what I tend to do is I tap it off into the lid to make sure that I obviously don't have too much ink on there. But tapping it into the lid means that I'm not actually wasting this ink. I can go in and I can reuse this ink. It won't dry in there. Okay, so and we're just going to add that to the center. And you can see, because I do have that extra time with the fresh inks, I can kind of pull it out a little bit more than I would be able to do with regular fresh dye inks. I mean, crisp dye inks. Sorry, everyone. I'm going to confuse everyone. Fresh dye inks do have a higher viscosity, so they're the ones that have a little bit more blending time. So I'm adding that in the centers, really creating a great value to this. So this the value between the kind of dark and light. We have that white that we didn't touch at the tops of the petals, and then we have that really deep color at the base. Oh, Karen, I'm sure you're going to love them. So on the fresh ones as well, we do have colors that are not available in the crisp dye inks. So if you did want to try out one of these sets, I would recommend that you probably go for one that is kind of exclusive to the fresh, that you can't actually get in the crisp ones. So you may have all of the crisp ones, but there are other colors that you can go for that. So there is the fabulous blending that you can see. And just look how pretty that is there. That purple is beautiful. So I'm going to pop this together. Now, I did just go, I told everyone how great it is with these to line up, and I'm going to show you just how quick and easy it is to do now. Yes, Liz, you you definitely have to sing when you craft. And most of the time, I don't even know I'm doing it. And then I see it on the comments like, you're humming. And I'm like, oh, yeah, need to stop that. So I am sorry. I get too carried away, too excited, and too happy when I'm crafting. So I have the fabulous number 1. It has a embossed one in there, so I don't even need to look at the layering guide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add more depth and dimension by using some of the instant dimension tape. I am going to pop that off to the side so I can still see that die cut hole. Hey there, Pam. So all I'm going to do then is just line that up with the little die cut that you can see. So you can see exactly through it. Bop, 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 bop. And that is going to give you that look. So you don't even need to figure out where all these petals need to sit with each other. Thank you, Keisha. I know, I'm sorry, everyone. I get too excited. I hum, I sing. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so I've added, again, the foam off to the side. You don't need to have foam on all of these spaces. Just this tiny little piece is going to work perfectly. Add it over that hole, and you can see that they have sat perfectly there. We have number 4. Pop that down. Now, if you find that sometimes this won't stick, right? Reason being is adhesive does not like sticking to wet ink. So if you find that your adhesive or your foam tape is not sticking your elements together after you have added some beautiful blending to them, please let them dry a little bit and then try again. Don't get frustrated with your glue. It's most probably that this isn't dry enough for the adhesive to kind of grip and hold it. So just a little tip there. Sometimes I have got very agitated with the fact that things aren't sticking together properly, until I realized, it's not the adhesive's fault. It's in fact the ink's fault. It's not dry enough, and they're not that great of friends that they want to stick together. So just give them a little time to cool off, and everything will be perfect again. So I'm just layering those images up again. Now this one here, this one is going to cover up that hole. So the last layer is always going to cover up the hole, so you're not going to be able to see it. Now what this is going to do, this is going to line up with this kind of kink that you can see here along the kink of that one. Sorry, did I miss something? Sorry, Keisha. If there's anything that you need me to answer, Keisha, just pop it in the comments and I'll be able to see. All right. Sorry, everyone. I got too involved in my flower. Now, because this is really pretty, I do have all of these little pieces that I can add on to add little curls in there, but I'm going to leave them off. I think this looks so pretty just as it is. So you can definitely see the kind of different look that you can create. This one looks cleaner and fresher with those really bright white edges, but you can definitely keep these and add them on. But I'm loving the fact that you can change the look of the flower like this one. Hi, Seal. Yes, so our anniversary stamp, I will bring it in. I was going to say drag it in. Like I needed to get a truck to bring it in. No, I don't. I mean, it's huge, but I can comfortably lift it onto my work surface. So this is the fabulous Bouquet of Poppies. We have this huge stamp here, and I am going to add some color to this using the stencils that we have. So the stencils are larger than we normally bring. So these are 7 by 7. I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring out my large mat. Hopefully I don't get it stained. So it's kind of a quick release for mine. I don't know how you guys store yours, but I'm just going to kind of give you some tips that hopefully help you out. Instead of adding, I add my acetate onto the top. So this is the part that has the kind of grooved areas. And instead of adding the other piece of acetate on there, I've in fact just stuck it to the packaging, and I find that that releases a lot easier than the acetate. So if you're struggling with kind of adding the acetate on and off all the time, what I would recommend is in fact adding it on to the packaging. Hopefully that helps. All right. Okay. Oops. I have some embossing powder on there, so that is going to be a little bit challenging over there to stick things down, but I think we're going to be good. So what I've done is I have stamped this using some obsidian ink, and I did stamp this a while before the live just to make sure that everything was nice and dry before I did have a go of adding some color to this one. All right. So like our other stencils, we have the etchings on these. So we have the etchings around the images that you've inked. We actually have the name of the stamp set that it goes with. So it says Bouquet of Poppies, and then we have the number of stencils. I find that having the etched words on here is a game changer. It means that when I wash all of my stencils together, because that's what I do, I wait until there's a huge pile of them, and then I wash them all together, and then I try and figure out which one goes with which stamp set. I'm not going to have the problem in this one because it definitely says Bouquet of Poppies on there, and I know that that one goes with that. So I'm just going to grab out the stencils that I'm going to need. I know I don't need these two because they are for the other elements on there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go with number 1. And I have it. Now, question. Do I go in with the new purples again, or do I create a orange and yellow kind of look for these poppies? I mean, I could do red, but I wanted to go a little bit outside the box. So Karen's saying new inks. Let me know if anyone else has another preference as I line this up. I say as I line this up as if it's going to take me a while. It's not. I can see exactly where this is going to go. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, you can definitely check the ink swatches. We do have different ink swatches for the dye ink as well as the crisp inks too. Orange and teal? Orange. Okay, let's go with orange. Yeah, and we can definitely do teal leaves. Good call. Thank you, Vicky. I do like a teal leaf, and I'm sure I've got some teal on me. So I'm going to go in with the tangerine tree. This makes me happy. I know it shouldn't, but look. Pop my ink down, twist the lid, and everything just stays in place. Magic. If only it worked with my dog. If I pop that in one place and I say, you stay there, she's not staying. Maybe we need... No animals are going to be harmed. But yeah, she never stays. You're like, stay there. As soon as you say stay there, she's gone. All right, so this is the fabulous Tangerine Dream. I'm just trying to add that to kind of the base. Yes. Pop, 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 pop. And then I'm going to grab some yellow, to pull that out. I'm going to go in with fresh lemon. And let's use one of the micro, sorry, to add that yellow on. Oh, these are going to be so bright and vibrant. It's making me happy just looking at these. Yellow flowers, I think, hopefully I'm saying it correctly, but I think yellow flowers just make everyone smile. They're such a happy color. And we know that what a yellow rose symbolizes. It symbolizes friendship. So maybe we can kind of pretend these are rose-like, maybe. Just adding a touch more to add a bit more value and depth to that center. I love the fact that like all of the areas, the different petals are all separate. So even though you're adding the same colors on each of the petals, because they have that gap on them, they're going to look separate. It's not going to just look like one huge blob. All right, so that's number one. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. All right. Number two. Okay, and we're going to pop this into position as well. Remember, we have the etching that's going to help you lay this up. I have used this a number of times, so I do know the kind of orientation of where things are going. But once you have used it a couple of times, I'm sure you will get the orientation down to a T as well. So again, we're using that Tangerine Dream and also the lemon yellow. A little bit in there. Oh, Vicky, yeah, the colors in that Amy chose for her kind of collection collab that we did with her. Oh, my heart. My favorite is that tickled pink. It is so vibrant. It's touching, kind of verging on the edge of neon, but it's a very, very pretty and classy neon. And I know that sounds weird, right? A classy neon, but it is. I love mixing it with reds to really deepen the color on it as well. It is fabulous. If you were wondering about which one to get, I would probably just sneak that one in as well, even if you wanted some of the other colors. But that tickled pink, there's nothing else like that I have. So that's one of my recommendations. And sticking with it. Tickled pink. All right. I missed. Oh, I created a boo-boo. It's all right. It's okay. We'll be able to sort something. Oh, yes, Sue. I'd love some yellow flowers. I do. Yeah, yellow for the win, Sue. Yellow for the win. They do bring a smile to your face, and adding that orange in there has made them very tropical looking. All right. We may go a bit over the hour, so I'm sorry, Keisha, and I'm sorry, everyone else, but I do want to see what these flowers are going to look like with the kind of teal aqua leaves. So I am sorry. Hopefully I won't be too much longer, and hopefully it's okay. I hope everyone else is crafting along as well. I do love the fact that maybe I picture everyone just sitting there and crafting with me, not just me. Vicky, yeah, we do. I love how many inks that we've got. It always means that you've got the perfect tone, the perfect color for what you have envisioned in your mind. So you're not kind of struggling. Yeah. Just finishing up this flower over here. And I think I'm on to leaves then. Oh, Karen, yes. I think we all need to make a date. when you log in, maybe just have a little bit of something. Look how pretty they look. All right, so we have our fabulous things done here. Now I am going to grab some tealy colors. Hopefully I have some. I have one. I have the Easy Breezy by Amy Tan. I don't have the lighter shade, but we can darken it up with maybe some of the Ride the Wave. I'm going for it. Let's try it. Okay, so this is a huge stencil, which is going to kind of cover most of the leaf layers. Okay, now, because it's such a large image, some of the areas are pretty close to the side, so I am going to add a little bit over there. Just so I don't go on that white bit. I probably will, but I'm rushing now because I'm like, right, people have things to do. All right, okay. There we go. And let's go in for the Easy Breezy first, and then we're going to add the Ride the Wave. Yes, we're going to go that way. These colors are going to look so amazing together. So, Easy Breezy. So this one again is an Amy Tan color. So bright and vibrant. Quickly adding that on. Oops. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I was concentrating. Even though you don't really need to concentrate that much, right? I'm simply dabbing the fabulous blending tool into the fabulous ink and then just running that over the open space in the stencil. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a MIDI. So cute. I'm going to grab this purple one. I know maybe I shouldn't, but I am going to. Thank you, Vicky. And we're going to go in with Ride the Wave just at the base. And again, that's really going to add depth, dimension, and a lot of value. So the kind of difference between the light and the dark that we have. Gone quiet again. I'm like, sorry. Like, da-da. All right. Okay, so I've added in that. I can then remove this one and we can go on to the next. So, look how cool that looks. All right. Yeah, blue leaves for the win. Thank you, whoever said teal before. I'm so glad that you nudged me in the blue leaf, and especially because kind of orange and blue are across from each other on the color wheel, so it's going to add a lot of interest that way too. So good call. All right. And then we're going to add in these other leaves. So we have the Easy Breezy and Ride the Wave again. That's one leaf down, and then we have this other one. And then remember, because this is such a large image, even though we spent a little bit of extra time kind of adding the detail in with 2 colors on the petals and then 2 colors on the leaves, because it's so large, we can cut this in half and we've got 2 cards ready to go. So we've spent really no time on one of the cards, just all of the time on one. Okay. And then we have detail for these leaves as well. I'm just going to use the Ride the Wave for that. So I'm going to pop the Easy Breezy out of my ever decreasing craft space that we have going on here. So I'm going to pop that into position. Again, we have that etching on there, so it's easy to line up. We have our sticky mat behind us, so we don't need any tape to stick things down. And we are just using that Ride the Wave this time around. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the rest of the ones here. Sometimes I wish that you didn't need to like release one stencil to pop the other one on, because the reveal, when you get it all in one go, it's like adding that last layer of a layered stamp. It makes you feel so proud when everything turns out perfectly. Okay, so, right, everyone ready? Sue, make sure you do. Go and grab your blues. Everyone should do blue leaves this week. That's a task that we have. But yeah, look how amazing that looks. So I did have other images with this, so to show you the different kind of looks you can get by just choosing the different colors. Yeah, we do get a little bit of sense of relief, like, yes, that worked. But I'm so happy with the color combo. Thank you for the suggestion. I do love doing blue leaves, and this just really turned out perfectly. So you can do different colors. I'm just going to show you a couple of the kind of bird cards I did. This is from the Rustic Charm. This one is using the fabulous Floral Fantasy. We have the fabulous wreath using the Whimsical wreath. And we have some more cards. This one is really cool. So this one used the Floral Radiance. And once I had stenciled all the images, I added the images back over into place and then added some embossing ink through. That way I could add the background down without muddying any of the colors. Again, we have some of the Bouquet of Poppies. Again, the Rustic Charm with little robins this time, and then those poppies using some fabulous, fabulous rainbow colors there. All right, everyone, I am gonna pop myself up again. All right. It's just like, how do I do this? There we go. Figured it out. All right. So I'm going to leave that there for now. So I really do hope that something here has inspired you to get crafting and creating today. I really do hope you go and grab your supplies. Thank you so, so much, everyone, for joining me today. It does mean a huge, it means a lot to us here at Altenew HQ to have you guys there with us with our 10-year anniversary, and we do hope that you are enjoying all of the celebrations as well. Thank you to the amazing Keisha that was behind the badge and popping in all of the links, even though I was pretty quick on the off as well. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.